What's up with the squad? Back with another video. I seen that title was going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. It says here, y'all. Pretty wild. I'm not even gonna lie. Definitely pretty wild. On how all of this took place. Say yeah, pay for your own security. Karen Bass Newsom ordered a dozen LAPD to guard Kamala Harris' house when her Secret Service detail was removed by President of the United States, President Trump. Per usual, after 6 months ignoring the extension Biden sneakily gave her. You know, one thing about it, and then it says, but the cops were so disgusted they had to stop. So one thing about it, I'm not even gonna lie, y'all, it's pretty wild because honestly, I don't know why she needs this much security. Like, I don't know why. You know, first, pull the Secret Service detail, and then, Karen Bass, Gavin Newsom puts literally LAPD, and not just like one or two officers. I'm pretty sure it was like 11 or 12 officers, that just to be there for Kamala Harris. And I don't see any type of reason. I'm gonna show y'all some of this video. I'm not gonna lie, because I do have something to say about it. I know a lot of people are outraged about this. I know a lot of people have different things they, feel about this video itself. But this is outside, of Kamala Harris's residence. Check it out.
What's your name and cell number? What is your name and cell number? I'm a ma'am. This is what they're using city resources.
I wouldn't expect them to say that. He say sir, and he say I'm a ma'am.
What is your name and cell number? I'm a ma'am. This is what they're using city resources. What is your name and cell number?
I'll let you know right now.
Okay, what is your name and serial number? Look what they're wasting city resources on, Look what they're wasting city resources on. What's your name and cell number?
I'll let you know right now. Can you step over there, sir, and then we'll talk over there?
I'll step on the public easement. So what is your name and cell number?
Step over there. This is
okay, where's the tape at? Where's the tape at?
We don't need any tape, but just
she does not own this public easement.
I understand that, dude, but
ball, kick back, have a energy drink. This is what 50% of the budget's being as much as I want to.
Okay.
And we're division.
So I'm not gonna lie, y'all can find this video because I'm not gonna play too much of it. It's at Boba Bath Girl, so y'all can find this. I don't know why. I don't know. It's at Boba Bath Girl. Y'all can find this video. It's literally a 5-minute video. Me personally, on how I feel about this, I get the idea of, people being outraged about this. And I'm not defending it whatsoever because I feel like, honestly, she's a millionaire. She can literally pay for her own, but rather, her using, them using taxpayers' money, they rather, use LAPD. They rather use, so I get it. I'm not defending it whatsoever. She's a millionaire. She should be able to pay for her own, protection, just like others do. But at the same time, like I said, I do get the idea, but at the same time, they're doing their job. At the end of the day, they're doing their job. I feel like we all have, you have tasks that you don't want to do. You probably don't want to do it. You know what I mean? But we have families, we have kids, we have things that we have to pay for. Don't want to lose your job, so you have to do it. I'm pretty sure this also was their last day, if I'm not mistaken, because I'm pretty sure, most of y'all know it's no surprise the LAPD was removed from her. And I know a lot of people, are happy about that, which it shouldn't have been that anyways. But I seen them. If y'all look, back onto this video here. Y'all clearly see they're watching the show, eat some chicken, energy drinks, and chilling. You know what I mean? And honestly, if it was me, I probably would have been doing the same. I mean, we're talking about Kamala Harris here. I'm not gonna lie. So probably I don't know what they're thinking, but at the same time, it looks like they're just doing their job. Like I said, I might get hate for this, but I feel like they're doing their job. And they probably, thinking, well, I mean, it's Kamala Harris. We're literally just sitting out here for no reason. But, we're ordered to do this by Gavin Newsom, Karen Bass, So I can see, in a way. I can see. Says here, and y'all can check this video out at Boba Bath Girl. Y'all can find most of these videos. It says Los Angeles is now wasting up to 14 Metro police officers to guard Kamala Harris. These officers are taken from crime suppression efforts. Here's a video of outside of her home. So y'all see this multiple times. They have this have multiple, police officers that's outside as well as inside, of the residence, so y'all can find a lot of this, out, on the X account, Let's check it out.
The Los Angeles Police Department ending its protection of former Vice President Kamala Harris after receiving criticism from the police union. That's according to the LA Times. The union argued officers should not be moved off patrols and cases to provide security for a multi-millionaire politician.
See what I mean? So, and I feel like that's fair. I mean, you got a multi-millionaire politician. You should be able to literally pay for your own protection, and that's how I feel. I completely agree, with tons and tons of people for this. I'm not even gonna lie. It's multiple posts saying LAPD ends short-lived protection for Kamala Harris. I'm pretty sure it wasn't that long that LAPD, was protecting her and was outside, inside, her residence. But I don't know as far as, and I really truly don't care if she's paying for protection. I don't see why she needed that many. I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, that's just how I feel about it. You don't see nobody else. We're talking about Kamala Harris, y'all. I mean, come on. You got to be real. Let's check out what this guy got to say, y'all.
Kamala Harris reportedly has accepted a 14-unit LAPD security detail. Ever notice how they want to defund the police until they need security?
For too long, the status quo thinking has been you get more safety by putting more cops on the street. Well,
I'm telling y'all, and what people fail to realize, again, literally what people fail to realize, just like if y'all watched the last video, y'all heard me say that. Y'all heard me say about Mayor Brandon Johnson. You sit there and you want to defund the police, say this about the police, say that, but then you need them. Then you got them protecting you. You want to defund the police, but then you got them like, come on now.
More safety by putting more cops on the street. Well, that's wrong.
Harris praised Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti for removing $150 million from the police budget.
Well, that's wrong.
Come on, y'all. Not making sense. Not only, did it backfire on Kamala Harris when they took, the LAPD security detail away from Kamala, it also backfired on Gavin Newsom. Check out with what he says Trump supporter has been sending him, y'all.
You're not saying you think Republicans are going to stop it?
I don't think Donald Trump wants another election. You think for a second I have 24 Trump 2028 hats. His folks keep sending me.
And you think he's going to run again?
No, don't give me. Who spends $200 million on a ballroom at their home and then leaves the house?
I'm telling y'all, bro. One thing about it, I'm not gonna lie. That's funny. I literally had to put this video in here because I dang near want to send him a few. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. One thing about it is that, and the reason on why, because y'all gotta think, like I done told y'all so many times, I literally came from a Democratic family. I literally came from, a home of Democrats. So when I heard, first of all, I didn't hear, President Trump, and that's the crazy thing about it. You think about it, and I think about it. Nobody didn't. I feel like I ain't gonna say that everybody loved President Trump as much as I can say that. Back then, nobody had any words, about him. Nobody talked bad about him. Everybody loved him. There was multiple videos of different people, loving Trump. I seen him for the first time at Home Alone. I didn't know I didn't know he was, political. Home Alone was like one of my favorite Christmas movies. So I seen him. I always wondered, as a kid, who is this dude? Why did they, put this spotlight on him walking through the hallway? And when I seen it for the first time, seeing who he was, I was like, oh, this what's up. So then fast forward, years in my life, obviously y'all know my dad's a Democrat and stuff like that. I looked and it's like, why do people have so much hate for him? Why is he saying this? And then when I've, learned obviously why people so-called have, this hate for him, I'm like, bro, like he wasn't hating on him back then. But now it's this, and it's crazy to me. you know, you have somebody that actually cares, somebody that's actually doing, you know, things that needed to be done. You hear about it all the time. You see news, you know, of what's done. If y'all look at it, you got the Biden administration. Y'all know the Biden administration. I'm going to tell y'all on how bad the Biden administration was. If y'all look at my videos from last year even, y'all would see it wasn't much news on my channel about the Biden administration, or what the Biden administration has done. It's not all because, oh, you was just looking at, you know, the right side of videos and you was doing this, doing it. It was no news. It was nothing that he was doing. It was mainly of the campaign, you know, or the View or something that, you know, of you know what it was. It wasn't nothing that was getting done. Nothing that was getting done. But now, you know, that you have, even a month before Trump, you know, President Trump stepped foot in the White House, he's getting things done. Even before that, getting things done. Doing his best. And still getting all this hate. It just goes to show y'all who's actually in charge, who needs to be in charge. And literally that brings me to, you know, my next thing. Who is the leader of the Democratic Party? You literally don't have anybody. Check out Scott Jennings. He'll tell you exactly who the leader of the Democratic Party is.
Well, I mean, for the foreseeable future, the person who's running the Democratic Party now is going to be running it. That's Donald Trump. I mean, the only thing they know how to do is be against whatever he is for. And so there is no leader of the party except for Trump. The beating heart of the Democratic Party is if Trump is for it, we're against it, and you throw a little socialism on the side. That's basically how they were.
All right, thanks. Want to know? I know. Let the record reflect that the two Democrats at the panel disagreed with what he had to say.
I'm telling y'all, one thing about it is that everything that he is for, everything, it can be, you know, completely, you know, amazing. Like I said, they're going to go against it just based off the hate that they have towards him. And it's pretty crazy. I'm not even going to lie. Let me know y'all comments, thoughts on the video. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Catch y'all next one.